I am sharing my thoughts and opinions about the color cubes, the old color cubes. This is a requested video. I am coloring a page from Leon's Journey, illustrated by Kanoko Agusa. The background is colored. I have my palettes selected, as well as my colored pencils, the Faber-Castell Polychromos. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Evelyn. Welcome, welcome, welcome. In today's video, I am talking about the Sarah Renae Clark color cubes. I have the old version of the color cubes. I am aware that Sarah now has the new and improved color cubes on the market. This is a requested video. Someone on my newsletter requested this video. They wanted to know my thoughts and opinions about the color cube. Old version, volume 1 and 2. In today's video, you'll get my thoughts about the product, but you'll also see me utilize the color palettes to color a page from Leon's Journey, illustrated by Kanoko Agusa. I'll come back to give you my final thoughts. Let's take a look at the color cubes real quick. We have the first box, Color Cube Volume Number 1 by Sarah Renae Clark. Second box, Color Cube Volume 2, also Sarah Renae Clark. Sarah Renae took a sledgehammer to these, and these are no longer her products. She has some new and improved color cubes, just so you know. Let's take a look inside of the box here. First of all, she does include the instructions in this one. She tells you about how to use the color palette, how to match colors. She talks about the hex codes and tints and shades. One box here has 250 color palettes to choose from. And over here, she has 250 more, which makes a total of 500. Her new and improved color cubes, I believe she's put a lot of work into it. She has them divided out based on, I believe, seasons. I don't really know, but she has some dividers in here, which I think is really cool. But you know, these are the old color cubes. Here's an example of a color palette. This is a card that I pulled to color in the Leon's Journey coloring book. This is number 140, and here are the colors that are in this photograph here. On the back of the card, we have the name of the colors, the actual color, the hex code, and the tones of colors that would come out of orchid. So this is one of the color palettes that I chose for my page. I'm doing an autumn color palette. Let me show you the rest of the cards, and then we're going to go ahead and get into coloring. And then after that coloring, I'll come back and tell you my honest thoughts about the color cubes. So then I chose this one because I wanted a little bit of brown and some orange and gold in there. Again, on the back here. Let me tell you something right quick with this one. When I first started, I was going to use Prismacolor. And I forgot to mention that Sarah has a, I would say, PDF file for a lot of colored pencils. I would say the most common ones, but she has them for Prismacolor, Polychromos, I know, and Black Widows, and some more, a whole bunch more. This one, I was going to use the Prismacolors to color my page in Leon's Journey. I pulled out my Prismacolor and I went to match this color, and it was off really, really bad. It was off. I said, I can't use Prismacolor because this first color is way, way off that she has in her file. So I decided to go with Polychromos. So today I'm using Polychromos. This is one of my palettes. Actually, this is the first palette I selected because I know that I wanted to have these colors in there. I chose a few other palettes because I wanted to have, you know, some darker colors in here. You can see the colors on the back of the card. I wanted to have some blue and green, so I chose this card here. And then I chose another card because I'm looking at the colors for the leaves here. And then I chose this one, another one that has blue. So I kind of made it work for me. You will see with the page, this is a coloring page that I'll be doing. It's going to be sped up, of course, no talking, just music. I'll come back and share with you my final thoughts about the color cubes. I will be using one of these blender pencils to smooth out the rest of the elements on this page. I want it looking clean. Here is my completed page. Check it out. I have 2 more things that I want to do on this page. And those 2 things are the pears. I want to come and put a little bit of gold on my pears. And I want to put a little bit of gold on Leon. Yeah. Now, other than that, I will be done. When I say gold, I want to put a little bit of yellow on them. Not like a bright yellow, but more of a golden yellow. Okay. That is it for my page. Now let's talk about the color cube palettes here. I bought this probably, I don't know the date, but I'll look it up and I'll put the date on the screen. But whenever I purchased this, I want you to know that I purchased it because I was influenced by other people. I didn't think I needed it. I was just influenced by others. I thought I was going to miss out on something. I had the fear of missing out on something. So I purchased the color cubes. One of the things that you should know about me is that I have been trained as a master cosmetologist, which means that when I was in cosmetology school, I learned about color theory because we have to learn how to color hair. And so I think that's where I get my eye for color. With that being said, when it comes to the color cubes and using a palette every time I color, I do not do that. I can count on one hand, do you hear me? One hand, the number of times that I have used the color cubes. I have not used it often because I tend to color based on my own vibe and what I'm feeling and what colors I want to put together. And I think I do pretty good because I do get compliments about my color scheme and things that I do on certain pages. And for the most part, I never reach for this because it's not something that I think to reach for. I just think to get my pencils and start scribbling out what colors I want to use. Now, whenever I run into a problem, I tend to reach for my color wheel. That's what I do. Okay. Now, as far as the color cubes as a whole, as far as being a good tool, I think it's a good tool for those of you who will actually use it. It's not a good tool for me because I'm not putting it to use. I just bought it because I didn't want to miss out on anything. If I had to do it all over again, I probably would not have purchased this. Only because it's not something that I use on a regular basis. Do I think it's a good tool? Yes. Is it something that you just have to go out and buy because you just need it in your arsenal for coloring? No, you don't have to do that. But again, it's a pretty good product. If you feel that it's something that you would use, then by all means, give it a go. If you feel like you would use this, by all means, have at it. Go buy it. Because I do think it's a good tool to have whenever you want to have a color palette and you want something to go by. Yes, it's good. But if you're the type of person who just likes to go with your gut when you are coloring and you know how to use the color wheel and you have some type of color background, then it might not be for you to purchase. Okay. But that's on you. I'm not telling you not to buy it. You know, I think it's an excellent tool, but for those who will actually use it. I'm the type of person now that I don't like to buy anything that I'm not going to use. Back when I first started, I didn't know any better. If I knew that I would not have used this, and I kind of had this little little thing in the back of my brain saying, are you gonna really use this? You're not gonna use this. But the other side of my brain was like, go on and get it. Everybody else has it. It must be really good to get. And then I knew on the other little side of my brain that you probably won't use this. And for me, I'm listening to my first mind. I'm going with what I think the first time as far as what I need to buy and what I know I will use and not use. Okay, so I hope this has helped you. To the person who requested this video, I hope this has helped you make your decision. I'm not trying to tell you not to buy it. I'm just telling you based on my experience, and I have more of a coloring experience when it comes to dealing with color anyway, in a different form, not just with putting color on a page for art. I have that experience when it comes to hair. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Until next time, keep calm and keep coloring. Bye.